Well, our supporters themselves have asked us when are we going to build boxes from way back of 3 years ago at least. And of course I've had the opportunity of seeing many boxes throughout the world in many stadiums. Stadiums of course that have been built within the last few years rather than Aston Villa, which was built 1894 I think.
Now, what are these boxes going to contain?
Well, they're going to contain seating for between 4 and 8 persons. They're going to contain a bar, a refrigerator. They're going to have a waiter service, of course. And, of course, they're going to be in about the best possible position you could wish for, being right beneath the Trinity Road stand.
Are they going to be the most expensive boxes? How much are they going to cost?
Well, they vary dependent upon how many people can be seated, but they range, on average, they're about £2,000 for 3-year lease.
Does this mean we're going to have a new type of spectator in British football, or is this just an extension to comfort?
I wouldn't say it's a new type of spectator. It is an extension to comfort. I think it's just following the modern pattern. I mean, let's face it, the modern stadiums throughout the world, whether you're talking Japan or the Aztec Stadium in Mexico, I don't know how many boxes they must have, but I should think probably 100, 150 boxes. And, you know, this is the future.
Would you like to see this at Villa Park, Mr. Ellis?
Well, everything being relative, first and foremost, of course, we think we have our priorities right. It's the team that matters first. We've got to get the team right. We've got to get back in the first division, and then all these other ancillary facilities to provide comfort for our supporters will come next. But naturally, we're trying to allocate a little of the money that we make from the game of football and its ancillary incomes to provide better comfort.
What about the chap on the terraces?
Oh, well, naturally, we're very concerned about him because he's our bread and butter. He's the great Aston Villa supporter. There's no finer in the country. And our big project, of course, is to cover the Witton end so that at least the people there can stand without getting wet on rainy days.
Because you do have practical experience of their problems, don't you?
Yes, I do. I stood there for many years. Yes, I know exactly how wet it can get.
Do our stadiums in this country appear primitive compared with continental stadiums?
Well, not so much continental, but they're certainly primitive in comparison to those in the Far East, in Japan, Tokyo in particular, in America, Houston, the Aztec Stadium in Mexico City. Yes, they are. On the other hand, the stadiums to which I refer are complete sporting complexes, and they're not necessarily ideal for football. For example, Aston Villa has a terrific atmosphere. It's absolutely electric. And one of the reasons, perhaps, apart from the wonderful traditions, is the nearness of the spectators to the players. Whereas in these large stadiums, they can be 100 yards away.